All right, so today we are talking about the present simple. We might have seen this before, like in first Spanish 1, first semester. So the present simple is it's a tense to talk about what is happening now, right? So we have some information there in Google Classroom in your Google Classroom in your class, and here I'm gonna explain you how to conjugate the verb according to the endings, the AR, the ER, and IR. You all know this because every time we see a tense in Spanish, we have to talk about different types of verbs. So I've given you here 3 different verbs, so that like example verbs, so that we can conjugate them, and then you know how to do your work. The first one is cantar, which is to sing in Spanish. So you have the stem as usual, right? That will be C-A-N-T, and then the ending, right? So for these verbs, AR verbs, you have here the subjects for conjugation. So you have yo. For all of them, you need the stem first, right? In this case, it's C-A-N-T, cant, right? So you have the stem, right? Let's give you these 3 examples. And for yo, you will have the O. I think we have seen this before, but it's important to remind you how it works. So for tu, it's AS. That would be cantas, the pronunciation, right? Yo canto, tu cantas. That means I sing, you sing, right? For usted, which is you in informal, I mean you formal, he and she, él, ella, that would be A at the end. That would be canta, right? Canta, right? So we continue here with nosotros, vosotros, which is only used in Spain, not everywhere else. In Latin America, we don't use vosotros, we use ustedes, which is just right here, but the conjugation is different. So for nosotros, AR verb, that would be A-M-O-S, cantamos. And then vosotros cantáis, A accent, I-S, right? As I told you before, this is only used in Spain. And then ustedes cantan. That would be the AR conjugation. Okay, for the ER conjugation, I have this example verb here, comer, which is to eat, right? Something we really like. So for comer, this is the stem, C-O-M, right? Com, right? So we have the stem for all the subjects, personal pronouns, I'm sorry, right? And then we have the endings. The ending for the yo, it's the same for the 3 AR, IR, and ER verbs. So this is the O. So this would be yo como. That means I eat. And then tú comes, that would be you eat, right? There is a difference. This is AS and this is ES, right? El come, right? A, and this is E here, el come. The pronunciation is E, come, right? Nosotros comemos, vosotros coméis, this is just in Spain, and then ustedes, ellos, or ellas, comen, right? I put these 3 here. They don't mean the same. They just have the same conjugation, so that's why they are the same line. But ustedes is y'all, ellos it's they for male, and ellas is they for female, right? The same here. This is you formal, this is he, and this is she. But the conjugation is the same. And finally, we have the verb partir, which can mean many different things. But let's use it as break, like partir algo, break something. right? So we have the stem here, right? None of these are stem changing. Remember that sometimes you might find some stem changing verbs, like we have studied them before, right? But this time we don't have stem changing verbs here, right? You will have some stem changing verbs in the in your assignment today, but there's just a few activities with stem changing verbs. You can go back to the stem changing verbs explanation, and you can review that part. So as I told you, the yo part is all for everyone. So for the AR, ER, and AR. So yo canto, yo como, and here is yo parto, which is I break. Tu partes, similar to ER, right? El parte, this is the same as ER, el parte or ella parte. Nosotros partimos, that's IMOS, right? Here, AMOS, EMOS, and IMOS. So that's AEI, right? Vosotros partís, I accent S. And then the last one is ellos or ellas parten, EN, right? It's similar to this one. So basically these two are similar right here for two. They're similar here and here, right? But this is totally different from the rest. So, for example, if you have a sentence like mis padres, right? That means my parents, and then you have blank, and you have a verb in parentheses like, let's say, hablar, and then you have español, that means speak, and Spanish, and my parents. So let's give you that example. My parents speak Spanish, but you have to conjugate the verb in parentheses, which is hablar, right? So first thing you need to know is what subject this is, right? Because you don't have mis padres here, but you have to replace these mis padres for any of the personal pronouns here, not to change it, but to know which one they are talking about. Like, so mis padres, that would not be yo, because it's not yo, it's my parents. So it's they. So for they, you have ellos or ellas, this conjugation that you have here, right? So mis padres is plural, so it would be they. So it's an AR verb, so you need the AR conjugation for they. That would be AN. So you basically take this stem here, right? The stem here, and then you add the AN, which is the ending for the ellos. That would be mis padres hablan español. That would be the answer for that, right? So basically, you will have a worksheet with exercises on these, right? In which you have to conjugate the verbs, and at the end, the last exercises are stem changing verbs or irregular verbs. So you will need to take into account that, because they might have a spelling change, or they might change some letter in the stem. But you already know that. If you don't remember, just let me know, and we'll work on that. Because there is a link there, or there's information there about how to use the stem changing verbs. But so far, this is what we're talking about today. So let's go back to the Google Meet, and then we. I think you can see it from there, just in case you need. There is it. Okay.